Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you for joining me over on the Unbiased Sports Network YouTube channel. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Thank you again for subscribing. If you haven't already, would appreciate it if you did, but thank you for those who have subscribed so far to the channel. We're growing very quickly, and as you can see by the view counts, doing a great job. Again, thanks to you guys, because you guys came over and you have supported the channel in a huge way, and I really appreciate it. Let's get into Giants news. So the Giants fell to the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, 28-20, and there's actually a lot of different news updates and roster updates, potential players returning from injury. So let's kind of get into that. Devery Hamilton, Trenton Thompson, the Giants have waived. They added these two before the Cowboy game on Thursday. We did a video on that. But it looks like, according to Dan Duggan, they could be landing back on the practice squad. Now, what's interesting about these two moves is the idea of Azeez Ojulari returning and Ben Bredeson returning. Would be two major adds for the Giants. More for the return of Ojulari, who the Giants have missed in a big way off the edge. And let's go into the next tweet. So we know that Ojulari close to returning. We know that Ben Bredeson close to returning. Daniel Bellinger, another player who was actually when the Giants were playing the Cowboys pre-games, he was running routes and Davis Webb was throwing to him. So he's very close, and there's a good chance that he's going to play against Washington on December 4th in the Giants' next game. So potentially getting their starting tight end back, a very good edge rusher back, a starting offensive lineman back, and potentially another starting offensive lineman, Evan Neal. Good chance he probably also returns against Washington as well. So Nick Gates, I'm not sure what they do with Feliciano and Nick Gates. Nick Gates, I think most were fairly happy with his performance against Dallas. We know that he obviously has experience starting at center for the Giants, so it wouldn't be a crazy idea to keep him there. But getting Bredeson back, getting Neal back, two starters in the offensive line, would be big for the Giants. And getting Bellinger back, their tight end one, along with a very good edge rusher in Azeez Ojulari. We forget about how good he was as a rookie last year. He had 8 sacks, over 20 pressures. He had a really strong rookie season. And so to get Kayvon Thibodeau with teaming up with Ojulari on the edge would be big for the Giants, especially they need to take a little bit of load off Leonard Williams and Dexter Lawrence, who have played a lot of snaps. There's not much depth on the defensive line, and so I think they're relying on those two a lot for a pass rush. Ojulari would be a big return. I even want to go to this tweet that I put out yesterday about Bellinger, and I don't think people realize the loss of not having Daniel Bellinger on the field, and he's only been targeted 18 times this season, but look at the catch percentage. Almost every single target he has caught, with 3 total touchdowns, pass rating of 138, and we know that his game is probably even better of a run blocker than he is a pass catcher, so getting him back would be huge for the Giants offense. They need it. They're very thin, obviously, when it comes to playmakers in general. They need him back, and it looks like Bellinger, it looks like Neal, it looks like Ojulari, and Bredeson are all headed in the direction of playing in their next game against Washington. So there's been a lot of negative injury news recently with the Giants. A lot of it has been, oh, guy's not playing, oh, guy's out for 3 or 4 weeks. But it looks like it may be headed in the other direction. At least for their upcoming game, it looks like things are heading in the right direction.